Hi, my name's Faye and I've worked at the Forget-Me-Not Children's Hospice for 12 and a half years.
My name's Carol Cairns and I've worked at the Forget-Me-Not Children's Hospice for 12 years and 3 months.
My role is I'm a family support practitioner.
Faye and myself work together along with Tara, who you'll meet later, and we are tier 1 of the family support team. So whenever a referral comes into this hospice for end of life or a bereavement, it will come to us straight away and we will react, visit and help with supporting the family.
It's a very responsive role, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We also look after sudden and unexpected death in children, so that could be suicide, traffic accidents. So we work with the police and the coroners and SUDIC leads in hospitals.
Yeah, and just to add to that, that could be supporting them with the funeral arrangements and all those kind of things, registering the death of that child. And
equally, if once the family have we've helped them get a funeral director and the child has gone maybe to Sheffield for post-mortem, they normally collect the little one and bring them here, but in some cases, like on Tuesday, we went down to Sheffield and then brought the little one back here.
And once they're back here, the family then came to stay with their little one, and it gave them that time to do some memory making, some real important. They was able to utilise our grounds, walk around, and just do things that they would never be able to do if they weren't known to us, basically. Yeah.
And I think the crying shame is that if on the ward, the midwives or the nurses, if they don't feel confident enough to ask and offer our hospice, the care that they miss out on is absolutely massive, because we will look after them for 2 years plus, and we become a safe space for them. And because we're not the NHS, we can be really flexible and...
it's almost like bespoke care for that family, isn't it? Yeah. We can think outside the box. We can do things that every day is a different day, isn't it, Carol?
So a typical day for us, Faye. What was your day like yesterday?
Well, just to add to our roles, what we do run a lot of groups. So yesterday we had the Rainbow Baby group. And my goodness me, we had 20 babies, 20 mums, and it was like a conveyor belt using the hydro pool. It was absolutely delightful. Yes, so my day started off not knowing I was doing that, but that's what we did do. And it was so much fun.
So another day, which we've is very different. We had a call from Leeds and they wanted advice about how to get a little baby back to Scotland who'd been flown here for an operation and sadly had passed away, and it was the family's responsibility to get the baby home. So they'd rung many funeral directors who were going to charge them per mile. You can imagine, I think it was like £1.80 per mile to get back to Glasgow. So they said, what can you help us? And I said to my friend Faye, we drive. So I said, we'll do it. So we drove to Scotland and drove back. It took us about 8 hours, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
But that way, the family knew that, he was in safe hands, and to be able to get him to the mosque to do what they needed.
And it was a real privilege, wasn't it, Carol? It really was. And and they really appreciated what we did that day, didn't we? Yeah. And that stays with us, doesn't it, as well? Yeah.
So we are a will-do sort of team. We're not fazed by much, are we?
No, not at all, no.
As you say, you come in and you think you're doing one thing and the next minute you're going to Sheffield to pick a baby up.
Yeah.
Or we do a walking group.
We do.
We do a dad's bereavement group, but they didn't want to call it a bereavement group. They wanted it to be peer support, not structured. So they've called themselves the maintenance crew. So they came in one Sunday and they looked at the garden and they said, oh my goodness. So I think there was 4 dads and myself. So one of them's a tree surgeon and he said, right, put us all to work. I was blowing the grass back on. Someone was trimming, someone was mowing, and it was lovely. And then we had a bacon and egg sandwich afterwards.
And can I just say, I did it on Sunday and I also had I'm a vegetarian, but I did have an egg butter. It was ace. It was so much fun. It is. It's lovely.
So also we've all been trained in baby massage. So when a family has a rainbow baby, they're obviously very anxious because they've lost a baby. So we deliver baby massage for 6 weeks, and that's a really. There's parts of our job which are really lovely, because obviously it can be quite stressful, but that is one of the lovely parts.
I agree.
So the Spice and Sparkle, we do all these groups together, but the Spice and Sparkle originally was for South Asian families, because they don't tend to connect that well because they've got big families and the support structure. So once a month, Tara and us two, we come up with an idea of something to do for them. Last week we went to Hebden Bridge and we went through all the charity shops with them, and then we had lunch. Another time it might be in this hospice, and the mums will cook a meal, traditional meal, and then we'll all sit down. And so it's a really lovely 3 hours, just being able to talk to each other, peer support, and also invariably they end up talking about their grief, what they're going through.
And that does include grandparents as well, because we do think about the wider family more holistic, don't we? Yeah, because it does have a massive impact on them as well. So we have 2 grandmas at the minute in that group, and it's just delightful, isn't it?
The stories they tell you, oh my goodness.
No filter.
It's a tonic when you go to see them.
I know it is actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's great.
One of them, and I'm sure Tara won't mind me saying this, she's just got no idea, and she says to Tara, "Can I get you a ham sandwich?" And we're like, Rhonda. But it's all, it's innocence, it's, And another time we do a chick flick movie in the cinema, so get the beanbags out.
And once Carol sat there, she doesn't want to get back up.
I don't want to get back up. I want to roll onto all fours.
She sits there giving us orders. You go get the pizza, you sort the movie. It's really not.
I'm just very organised, that's all.
Yeah, we're fly by the seat of our pants, aren't we? As you can probably tell. So yeah, what else?
I can remember, Tara, one time we went out to a family and we said, "What can we do for you in this moment?" And Dad said, he said, "My eyebrows meet together." And I said, "Tara can do threading." So she threaded his eyebrows. So we all meet for the funeral.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. Yeah.
What else? So what I would think I would want people to know if they were thinking of using a hospice, that it's not coming at the end when you're dying. It's coming here and living until you die, and having all the facilities that we have, the support that we have, and also being held, because if you have to deal with this situation on your own, because I remember before this hospice was built, there was no respite for families in care with our life-limiting children. So when this came around, or was donations and was built, it's a lifeline for some of our families. And because we have 24-hour care, if the family is really struggling late at night, they can ring the care team and get some advice and some support.
It's beautifully put.
Thank you for...
That's okay.
Just a prime example, like yesterday and the day before, both the family wanted to come and stay with their baby in Snowflake Street, but were unsure if they wanted to stay the night or just leave late. But we just tell them there's 24 hours, you can leave at any time, just let the nurse in charge know. And, come and go as you please, and there's no pressure.
No, there's no pressure. There's no right or wrong.
That would really help them.
We follow their lead. They're in charge here. We follow their lead, don't we? It's very family led. Yeah.
And sometimes we can have 15 people that come. Remember the family?
Yeah.
And the dog.
And the dog came, So that's...
A joy for us, because we love dogs.
Yeah, we do. Tara's terrified of dogs, so she won't be in there.
Oh.
And Tara, you also do translation as well for families?
My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise how good I was till I started.
She's amazing.
No, I am.
You are good, absolutely.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I've even surprised my family because it is our first language, but it's not really, because nobody speaks Urdu at home. Everyone speaks English. The only person I spoke to in Urdu is my grandma. who's sadly died. But I actually surprised myself at how much I know. But it's very the language is Urdu, but then there's different dialects and there's different ways of talking to like a Indian family, a Sikh family, Pashto family, Bengali family. So they all understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
amazing.
the great thing for Tara, culturally, when we go to a family, we sometimes might miss something or get
Yeah.
it wrong, but Tara
Yeah.
shows the lead on
Well,
that.
even when it's the couple, both husband and wife, the husband will try to protect the wife by not telling her certain things that she needs to know. So it's good to have somebody there that can then explain it to mum
Yeah.
the proper way.
Yeah, you certainly do. Yeah.
What did we do the other day, Tara? So Tara, drove to Halifax because we had 3 visits in Halifax. Unfortunately, the first visit cancelled. So then we looked in our diaries and thought, oh, this person needs to be seen. So we rang them and thought, fortunately, we could go and see them. And the family that we saw, they'd lost their daughter through suicide. And Mum had really, it's a year down the line, but it's only now that she feels that she really needs structured support. So we brought that back here to our team leader, and then she's going to get in touch with the EMDR, which will help her moving forward. Because grief sometimes pushes people into a box for a long time, and then they're not ready, but when they realise they're ready,
And we do find that more with the Sudic because the shock of it, and then they're kind of in that for quite some months, and then they have to then sadly go to the inquest, the coroner's court, and that is so triggering. And it's not really until that's happened where they're then ready, aren't they, for that structure?
Yeah.
There's no timeline really. You can't. Some like GPs might just say, "Oh, you know." Right, we'll refer you for counselling. We'll put you on an antidepressant. That's just a quick fix. That's
Yeah.
not going to help.
No.
Whereas we've got that capacity, haven't we?
Yeah.
To, if it's 2 years later, that's okay. That's okay.
And we have missed out. When we all started here, we were in the care team. So we did that for about 4 years.
We did.
And then the organisation,
It developed,
It
didn't
developed,
it?
yeah.
With Sarah Barnforth, the perinatal midwife.
so we were interviewed. And at this point, they were only wanting one person for the perinatal team.
You come as a one.
I think you're right there.
Yeah.
But we both got it, didn't we, darling?
Yeah. The director of care at the time, I said, I think you're missing a trick here. If you had 2 of us, I said, you would have a real A team. So we both went,
Yeah, we did. Bye.
we did that for how many years?
Ooh, 3 maybe.
3 years. And then we things were changing in the hospice, and they were wanting to restructure. And they said, well, what do you want to do? So we sat down, didn't we?
We did, we
all the
did.
things that we're good at, passionate about.
I think the busier that we became as well with
Yeah.
the referrals, we found ourselves doing things that weren't actually on our criteria,
Yeah.
didn't we? And we had the opportunity to sit down with a director of care, didn't we, and just go through. We were listened to actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
our roles were kind of developed then
Yeah.
again, weren't they?
So we
Person standing in family support team.
oh, you were already there,
I
weren't
was
you?
on my own, nobody else. And then
Don't make me sing that song.
it's go on, do it.
It's all about you. Man.
With the babies, normally they go for a 20-week scan, and it's picked up then by fetal medicine, and they will then refer into the hospice. At this point, Sarah would pick the family up.
We would work
go on
alongside her,
we
yeah.
go on
Yeah,
visits.
yeah.
And once the baby passes away, it then comes straight over to Tara, Faye, myself. And they then are on a 12-week snowflake pathway. So this is helping with funeral, as you said.
Yeah.
Just a soft touch until they're ready, because not obviously, but people, even if they know that their little one's not going to make it, when it happens, it's as if they never knew, and you can't prepare for how you're going to feel. So we go out to their homes, we invite them to the hospice, they might come out to a walking group. So we just look after them for 12 weeks, and then we ask them if they're ready for structured bereavement support. So then we refer them within our team to bereavement support practitioners. And then after that, there's the option of counselling, or equally after that, it's EMDR.
Yep.
But sometimes, because it's family-led, if they're in so much trauma, they can't do any structured work, and that's where EMDR comes out. So they go there, she unpacks the trauma, realigns the brainwaves, and gives them strategies and techniques to be able to, when an image comes to their mind, to try and move it somewhere else so it doesn't dominate the every waking moment.